Okay, so as we start our next day, we can see our reputations a little bit. I want to take a look at this. And our reputation overall is growing quite well, especially with the demographics that we've been targeting, albeit this one here is a little disappointing in how it's growing. These guys, though, have higher standards than these guys do. So we probably just haven't quite been hitting their standards, maybe on customer service or anything like that. So we'll look at that. I'm also seeing segment reputation is very interesting, how like it's very skewed to the VIPs, very weird. I don't know how to read that. This can't be us. Or if it is us, then it's like these segments don't feel very good about us anymore. I don't know. Everything is just kind of fluctuating maybe. I wish there was a little more detail on how to read these graphs and how I can use them, to my advantage and things like that. But we're here at a new day. It's Sunday, and I actually loaded the game after the deliveries were done, right? So I've come back, and the deliveries were done, and then I decided to save it and quit. And when you do that, when you reload, your store is empty. So I had a whole bunch of customers in the store, and now it's empty. You might be curious, what if they had stuff in their hands, and then you reload it and they're gone? What happens? Well, if there's any stuff that left the shelf, at least in the current build of the game, the way it says it anyway, if there's anything out there that has left the shelves without being paid for, it is returned to you the next day. So for now, theft does not seem to be in the game, from what I can tell. Also, I don't need both of you on cash registers now. So which one of you would be better for sales? I think you are. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get you right now. I want you to go around and do some sales stuff right now. So we're going to go ahead and have you do that. And maybe you'll do it, or maybe you'll stand there. Maybe you'll just stand there and not do anything. And then the register will stay open, and I'll have to process it because it's still open. We'll take the customer. We'll have a closed queue. I think he's just waiting for somebody to sell to, I think is what he's doing. And he's just going to stand there until he does. How about instead we have you go ahead and unpack? There we go. Let's have you unpack the boxes that are right there. Yeah. Get those into inventory so that Leonore can go ahead and, get everything restocked. I am going to restock this shelf, though, I think. There's an awful lot to do on this one, so at least I thought there was. It doesn't seem to be as much as I thought, though. Okay, fine. Well, I'm restocking here, and I can probably help this guy out. Nope. Guess not. So I want to try my hand at basically walking around, upselling as much as I can, providing as best customer service as I can. And I had a closed queue on this. So how did that happen? How did this end up being an open queue all of a sudden? That shouldn't be that way. Hang on. Oh, you know what it was? I bet when I took the task away from him, he then returned to cash register and opened it, and then I put him out. I think that's what happened. Okay, so he's still unpacking things back there. I would like only one register open right now. All right, I only want to open the second register when we're actually busy enough to need it. So we'll have other people doing other things that are more valuable, more important, more useful than to stand there and... Oops, that's not good. That's not good. Well, it's just the blue segment. He's like, that guy doesn't understand me at all, man. I'm walking out of here. Whoops. Sorry about that. I can't... Oh, you're an employee. No wonder I can't upsell you. Okay. I would really like this place to just get slammed. Just bring a whole bunch of people in here to really test out my new system here. I think it'll be very good. So you got some people outside. Now I can probably get you to go ahead and do greeting. Maybe try to bring some people in. There's a guy out here, although I don't think you're going to reach him in time. I didn't even reach him in time. But we'll have you out there greeting people in the rain. There you go. Try to bring some people in if you can. I'll go ahead and help Leonora with the restocking of the shelves at the moment. And then I think we're pretty close. I think only about a couple of days and a couple more in-game days. I think we're probably there. We can start thinking about opening up a second store somewhere. I just have to see that things are stable without my influence. And right now I don't see that. But I got to get there. And if I can get there, especially on the sales front, because I think a lot of reason why this is so profitable here is because I'm upselling everybody, because I'm getting people to buy more stuff. So I really need more sales for sure. And having a greeter outside just feels like a waste of money. God, it feels so bad. It would be nice if my sales guy would do it. If the sales guy was going to go around making sales, and then if there was a person outside thinking, they would go out and do that. And it would just be something that they just do. That'd be great. See, oh, I can't quite get that person. Yeah. Got people restocking the shelves. There we go. Anybody else? It's like nobody out there's thinking about it. See? So he could be in here selling. He has sales experience. I kind of wish he was doing that instead. But I want to see him bring somebody in. I want to see that be effective, because last time I had one of my employees do that job, they walked away. It didn't work. Oh, I couldn't perform that quick. They're right here. Get her. Get her. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. She's gonna walk right in. That's administrator too. She's red. Let's get you the quick sale. Takes a while, doesn't it, to convince people to come into your store? Well, they walked away. See? It's just not... He's not very good. That high of sales is just not good enough, I guess. I'm going to put you on sales temporarily. No, you opened the register, didn't you? You silly Billy. You opened the register. What'd you do that for? Let's close it. Close the register. All right. Just let one person do the register for now. Okay, so we're starting to get a queue that's building up, right? So let's go ahead and get him back on his usual task at the cash register. And he'll go ahead and open it up. Now that there's 2 open queues, hopefully we'll get people moving over to the second one now too. And that will alleviate the pressure on that side. That's the idea. We'll see how that works now. I mean, it was looking pretty promising, because every time he opened it up, there was always somebody right here ready to go. But, you know, these guys are already in line, so they're not going to move. So it's all just the new people, really. They're going to leave. There we go. So he's just going to chill. Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's good. All right. So both cash registers are working. People can find what they need. People can move around the store. There's plenty of walking space. And sell. Now, it doesn't look like employees will ever... Ooh, hang on. They're both on cash register? Oh, Darlene's on break. That's perfect. So they're both on green, right? But Darlene just went on break, so the other one stepped in, Leonard stepped in, and is operating the other cash register. Excellent. That's what we're hoping for right there. Now, I may not need that anymore, because we have 2 cash registers. It may not be required that we have somebody replace her like that. Like, we could probably just get away with that not happening anymore. The issue, though, is that when she goes on break, she's not going to close the queue. So the people are still going to queue up for that hour. That's the issue. So I think the way I have it set up is pretty good. It's fairly resilient. I also have to think about when I'm setting up permanents like this. Like a permanent schedule, and then I go off and do my other stores, right? I have to think about the fact that people do sometimes call in sick. So having 2 cash registers there will help that problem too. I really want a first-person mode on this. This would be great. I know I've said it before, but I'm going to keep reiterating it until it happens. Because I can just will that into existence, right? I'm such a powerful and influential YouTuber, right? I can just make people do things, obviously. No. I do think it would be a good addition, but... All right, almost in. And, well, I didn't really hit that very well, but it's still good enough to get you in here. So, all right. So what I wish sales associates would do is to go around the store and just kind of check in with other people. Like, whenever they put their hand up to their chin, that's an opportunity to talk to them, right? They're looking like they're thinking about things like, what do I want? And then I can come over and be like, can I help you, sir? It's like, well, yeah, you see this cereal here. Have you tried it? I mean, I don't know about the whole strawberries and cereal thing. And I can just be like, well, I have tried it. Let me tell you, it's pretty fantastic. I don't know if you're interested in strawberries, but if you like the cornflakes and you like strawberries, believe me, you're going to love cornflakes with strawberries. at the same time. Why not, you know? Well, okay, I'll take your word for it, and I'll grab that bag. That's good. That's an opportunity to sell to somebody, right? So I kind of wish when I put them on sales duty that they would just do that. She's still on break? Wait, she's... Oh, her break's at 1,400, not... Okay. 1,400, not 1,300. Gotcha. Hello, ma'am. You're standing out in the rain. Well, I don't know about this store. It doesn't look like you got much I like. That's true. I may not have what you like, but did I tell you it's dry inside? Oh, that's true. It is. Okay, I'll go inside. That's great. Okay, so I've been watching people, and I every once in a while I have Marv here off the register, and I have him go out on sales duty. And I can pretty much confirm that when you put your employee on sales, they do basically nothing. They just walk around, stand around. They do nothing unless one of these customers puts their arm in the air. That's the only time they ever respond. I wish they were more proactive like I am when I'm walking around and just like taking opportunities to talk to customers, taking opportunities to upsell, right? To go ahead and get them to buy more stuff. I mean, I'm able to take advantage of like basically every single time a customer is moving their feet. As soon as they stop, there's a moment where they're thinking, and that's where you can just talk to them and, you know, sell whatever. And you can do that multiple times per customer. It doesn't really matter. Just as soon as they're done moving, you can talk to them. I kind of wish the sales associate would do more of that. Otherwise, they're just going to be here. Now, the good news is I made a lot of money today. I think more than the store has made previously, and it felt slow. It felt like we were nowhere near capacity. And that is a great feeling because it means that I can probably do nothing and have the store work, which is what I need in order to move on to another store. I need to just like physically not be here and still have the store operate very well with the staff with the staff in charge of their roles, right? That's what I need. This little area here is really hard for people to move through. If I get rid of this, then it'll be easier. But I don't think I can really do that very well unless I move this. I have to move this shelf over, and even if I do that, it's still not enough room. Yeah, I still don't have enough room even if I move this over, so... never mind, it doesn't matter. So we're getting close to the end of the day here. We're going to start getting only one employee at a time. Let me just real quick check our schedule, if that's even possible. We've had 82 customers today, 100 visitors. So we did have, like, I guess 82% of the people that visited ended up being a customer, which I feel like is a little low. I feel like we should be doing better than that, but... You know, maybe not. Maybe from whatever reason. Maybe, oh, you know what? Probably. I bet it counts people out here as a visitor. Yeah, that would make sense. Then in that case, it's probably closer to 95% of the people that enter the store buy something. I'm not sure what would cause them to not buy something. I mean, we're such a great store. It's like, I can't believe it. That's just unfathomable that a person would walk in here and not want to buy something. Look at all this candy. Huh? The bubble gum? Are you eyeing the bubble gum? It's over here. Have you seen it? It's over here. You should check it out. Huge varieties of bubble gum. Biggest bubbles. I don't even know what state we're in. I was going to say in the state. I guess biggest bubbles in the state you can blow with, with our bubble gum. That's the selling point. You can blow bigger bubbles than anywhere else. Yeah. Like if they put their hands up like this, that's when a sales associate would see it. And come over and talk, right? Hey there, sir. You're standing out in the rain. Did you know that I have a roof over my head just 3 steps this direction? It's true. And did you know that that roof prevents you from getting wet from the rain? Give it a try. See? It's better in here, isn't it? Yeah? Now, can I interest you in some squirrel butter? Yeah, it's up there. Top shelf. Enjoy that. All right, we're near the end of the day now. Everyone except Marv has gone home. And you have to watch this because when they leave the cash register, they do not close the queue. So that would be my request. If I had a feature request, it would be that when your employees clock out and they go home, when they leave their position, they close the queue. You know, maybe like 10 minutes, 15 minutes or whatever before they clock out. They can put this on close queue. And then when they leave, it can be close register, right? I feel like they should close the register on their way out, but they don't. And so I had 3 people queued up right here, and I was like, huh? And nobody was queued up over here, but I had 3 people waiting in line over here and whistling me down. I had to go over and check them out myself. So that would be one thing that if I had to say, hey, I want a feature request in this game, that would be that. It's automatic close register when the employee checks out. And that includes break time and anything. Like if the employee's not there, if they're physically leaving that post, they should close the register. Or at least close the queue. Close queue would be better probably, because if there's already people in line. But like no new people would go in line at that point. There we go. And then I would say close the queue probably, I would say maybe a half hour. Half hour before they clock out, shift it into closed queue status. That way, you know, they'll still continue to serve anyone who's in line up until the point they get out. But if they're empty, right? If it's like there's no one there, right? Because we can do this right here. If I say close queue like that, right? There should be nobody new entering in line right here. This is our new default state, and I'd be all right with that because I don't think anyone else will actually go into line there. So he's going home. He's leaving. Goodbye, everyone. But he left the register open. That's the problem. So I'm going to shift now to having this register closed, and we're going to have this one open instead. So there's only one register open, and it is mine, and I'm here all alone at my own store for the last 2 hours of the day because it's slow. I don't need anybody's help in the last 2 hours of the day. But you know, if I'm gonna set it and forget it and walk away and do those types of things, then I would most likely close early, or I would leave one person on register and that's it near the end of the day. I don't really need to go around restocking things because I had a restock person all day and she did a phenomenal job. Like there's barely anything I ever have to put on the shelves. My issue now though is that I have like so much space. I have so much space in here, and it's like time to, you know, fill it up. So getting more milk, I probably just repeat this. Maybe do 3 of each. Well, there's 6 different types of milk, right? So we could do, I guess we do 2 each. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah. 2 rows for each type of milk would fill that shelf. So we go like this. I don't have enough product to do this, but I will later, right? So take this milk and put it there, and then this milk can go there and there, and then this milk can go there and there. And that's how we'll do that. And then this other milk here can go... Wait, there's only 5? We're gonna have to get another one. Yeah, we'll just get another one. It's fine. So one more kind of milk or one more kind of thing that goes in a carton. We'll slap that in here. But I want to fill this up. I want it to look very full, right? That's what it should look like. It should look very full. All of it. So that's a pretty good day right there, you know? We bought some products. I'm gonna have some more cycling through. We had wages, but ultimately great profits despite everything. So that's great. Again, back to HQ. I'm going to process another order, and I have 3 pallets in the store. I need to come up with a better storage solution here because I kind of need 3 pallets every time to replenish the stock, it seems. And like 3 pallets is always temporary in my store. You know, 2 is what I have space for typically. So if I go to min-max, add to cart, you'll see even 3 pallets is not enough to restore everything. So now that I've got new stuff to do too. A lot of these are just like one. We need 1 item, you know, 2 items. But some of these are more. And then all of these down here, there's a set amount because I'm adding these. So I'm adding new types of beer through here. There's these different types of soda as well. We have got White Crane, Urban, and Twist. White Crane is interesting because I think there actually is a drink called White Crane. I could be wrong, but I think there actually is one that exists that's called that. If it sounds familiar. I'm sure they probably tried to avoid everything in the game, so I might be wrong, but But yeah. So I need another pallet even to make this happen. So I need a better solution for this. I think probably, yeah, I'm going to have to just kind of get rid of another storage shelf in order to make that happen. But I'll place this order and then I'll dink around with it from there. I think, yeah, we'll just place this order like that. It's going to go ahead and be there tomorrow morning. And I think, you know, with the store schedule being as it is, it's going to be Monday next, right? So now we're on Monday. We're going to have 3 people there. At one point, we're even going to have 4 people there. And it looks like we've got 3 people on register right here for Monday. That's no good. We don't need that. One of them's on break, but still, we can put somebody else like Marv here, for example. Darlene, I think that's probably all she's good at. Brooke, I think Brooke could be doing something else, right? You're okay at sales. You're not really all that friendly. You don't really like sales. We could put you on refilling. Yeah, there we go. We could put you on refilling on Mondays. Yeah, I think maybe, what's the date? So it looks like it's from 1 o'clock and then 2 o'clock. I think probably, yeah, like that. So we'll have you off register. I think Marv maybe would stay on register here. So we'd say 3 to 5 and then also 4 to 6. We'd want to take you off of that. So we'll put you on restocking then. So from 1 and then like this, I think is how I want that. Yeah. At most 2 people on register at any given time is what I'm going for. This area might be a bit crowded, but we're going to go 1 register open this whole time here. And then I am alone from 8 to 9 and then alone at the end of the day here as well. For now. And I'm actually going to go into my store schedule and my opening hours. I'm going to have us open at 8 because I think there is some merit to being open at 8. There are some people there. And if I'm all alone, then I don't really have any extra wages. It just means that for 2 hours, I'm only selling what I have in stock because the deliveries aren't going to happen. But that's fine. There's enough customers coming out, about 5 or 6, 7 or so. It's not a lot, but, you know, half a dozen people could have bought something. That could be another 400, 500 bucks potentially even, you know? Some of these guys order a lot of stuff. So, yeah. And yeah, so it's the first day of a new quarter. Like I said, it's 2 weeks per quarter. And then I think it goes... right, I can't arrive at 8 and I can't arrive half hour either. You have to arrive an hour before the store opens, and the deliveries don't happen, I think, until 9 o'clock. So it's a little iffy there. You know, I could think about potentially, you know, upgrading. You know, this is the work day, so I can't do that. I have to do it at evening. We're in the middle of the workday here. It looks like it's going to be a thunderstormy day, but then it eventually clears up later on. Yeah. But I can't do any, like, rent a new building or anything like that. Wow, that's loud. That just took over everything, didn't it? Yikes. That's very loud. Yeah. Who's going to be walking to my store during this? Like, who would do that? I don't know. We can take the queue all the way down to 1 here. This is my temporary solution to getting bigger orders, is doing it this way. I don't like it, but this is how I do it now. So I'm going to place these here. And then I think I'm going to have to take out this one. If I do that, then I should have enough room, I think. I get my big head out of the way. I think I'll have enough room for... maybe 2 more pallets. It depends on the distance that's going to be there. Yeah. So right here, and then another one right next to that would be about here. Does that give me enough room? If I go here and then I just have to, like, maybe not order this much at a time. I think that's going to be too close. God, it's very close. Let's see what happens. If I do this, I sell this unit, It packs everything into a box. It's supposed to pack everything into a box. And then I unload that box. That's how it's supposed to work anyway. I may not be able to do that. Did it get teleported to another shelf as a box already? Like, that's not consistent with what it was like before. It's almost always in a small box on the floor, and I have to unpack that box. I might have just lost some stock. We'll see. Anyway, can I get 3 pallets in here? God, that's just... I don't think so. Or 4 pallets, sorry. I want to get 4 in here. I don't think it'll let me. It's going to be right next to this. And we move this one over to be as close to this as possible. Come on. Yeah, I don't think so. There's not enough room. It's so close, but there's not enough room. That's unfortunate. I just can't move my mouse in small enough increments. Yeah, it's close, but it won't work. What if we go like this? Maybe this would work. Oh, really? Come on now, let me do it. You silly thing. Yeah. I can't put this anywhere out here. I get a full refund for it anyway, so just get rid of it for a second. What about this? If I put you up against the wall like this. Come on. And then I put you up against the wall like this. That'll work, right? We can get 4 pallets in here like this. Definitely. Then I move this pallet over. I don't think deliveries start until 9. Maybe they can start at 8. Right there. Like that. Yep. And then the final pallet would be here. So again, 1 less storage shelf again, but at least we can take orders and not have it always be a swap out temporary solution. Like that. All right, store is open for the day. I'm going to put this queue back the way it was. To put it out like that. I'll set that queue, but this is the register that's open now. This one stays closed. Okay, so we started our business a little earlier, right? Some people are here. This person's debating whether she wants to stay out in the thunderstorm or come into this nice cozy store that has a bunch of stuff that she might be interested in. It's very silly. It's so silly to stay out here. I'm sorry, it just is. You should be thinking about it from inside. You should be inside. Come inside the store. Let me greet you in here. Okay. Okay, so now we have a more permanent solution for deliveries. Now, big deliveries are going to be tough, though, because there's still, like, we have storage space available. I just don't know if all 4 pallets having deliveries, if we have enough storage for everything then. So it's still going to be pretty important to have people restocking shelves and stuff a lot. And, you know, at 10 o'clock, we'll have people here doing that. But in the early morning, though, this is nice. I get to just kind of come into the store and do my own thing. Yeah. I often wonder what it'd be like to own a business like this, like in real life, you know, like to own like a store like this. You know, my wife and I have been pretty good. We've been pretty responsible with money and everything. And, you know, we're looking at investment opportunities and stuff, you know, just like properties, whatever. But I'm thinking like if a store way outside our budget, but if we could somehow afford to maybe, I don't know, finance the purchase maybe, but that seems a bit bold. I wouldn't really want to do that necessarily, but if we could buy a store or maybe start a business, I know she's always remarking on how there's not any. My wife is Vietnamese, and she's always remarking on how there's not any like really good Vietnamese cuisine around. She's specifically looking for the kinds of things that she has back home, like street food wise, and they don't really have any of that. And we thought, you know, well, I mean, that's how businesses typically start, you know, they start by the fact that you don't have a good solution for something you want, so you create that solution. And then it turns out other people wanted it too, right? I don't know what kind of demand there is for something like that around here, but I bet it's not zero, you know? And we could probably introduce stuff like that. I just wonder what it would be like. I've never had a business. Are you? Oh my gosh, I thought she was wearing a black ski mask. I thought she was wearing... Go back and look at the footage and pause it. It looked like she was wearing a ski mask. It's just the, you know, she's got dark skin, right? And her hair is shaped that way. And I'm just like, oh my God, she's here to rob me. Oh my God. It's just whatever, man. It's whatever. All right. Let's go ahead and check people out here. We're going to have somebody else managing these cash registers in no time. But all of this business is happening before the deliveries, right? That's only possible, like, before I was opening now. But that's only possible, all that business, all these people that have been in here, because I opened earlier. Oh, are there 2 delivery guys? Or are you guys just going to the... Yeah, maybe that's it. All right, well, now I have somebody on the register now. And then I have somebody else. I think you're doing greeting. Ah, greeting. Yes. Well, I don't know if I need you greeting. I mean, this early in the day, I actually kind of like you unpacking, right? I think unpacking is probably a better task for you. You're not necessarily very good at that, though. Unpacking. You're not very fast at that. Refilling, you're better at that. Maybe I get you on refilling instead. You know? Maybe we'll get you on refilling this. There's not really anything to refill. That's the thing. So maybe I'll just keep you out in the rain for now. Hi, yes. Can I help you? Good. You have a nice day. I think I could probably get you unpacking anyway, just so I don't have to do it. Yeah, I think I'll just... So I don't have to do it. You're not really interested in that. That's a task preference. You're not good at it either. Man, you know, I just... Maybe not. Maybe not. What about you? Are you okay at it? Show me. Yeah, you're okay at it. That's your... well... Okay, tell you what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to put you... Temporarily, I'm going to have you unpack those boxes. Okay, so I just had the game tell me that the courier can't deliver anything. And it's because when you have the employee unpacking things, she stands here and you can't get around her. And this is it's a bit of an issue, right? Like, you can't get around people. And so I kind of feel like I should have this differently to where they alternate. And so I'm going to try to move this pallet if I can get to it. I just can't get to it. I need to get around like that. Yeah. So I need to get this pallet moved to where it's over like this. Of course, she's going to just stand right in the way. So I need her to move. What are you doing right now? Which one are you even? Antonia. I need you to go back to doing what you were supposed to do, which is... You were a greeter before? So I guess go ahead and do that. So I've lost money on that, I think, because I asked him to deliver things. It charged me, and then he wasn't able to deliver it. I don't think I get my money back for that. So that's a little bit concerning. Like, this employee standing here prevented the courier from getting here. So now I'm going to go in and just... she is talking to somebody. Hey, it worked. Nice. So I'm going to go in real quick here. I think... I want to have the chips. It's these ones here, maybe? No. It's maybe these ones. Nachos. Paprika. No. There was a new type of chip that I just bought. Well, it never got delivered. It never got delivered because they couldn't do it. So, min-max, add. I think these here need delivered. And none of these are the chips that I wanted to do. None of these are. Interesting. Interesting. If I go to candy, chips, it's not these, although I could get those. It's these ones. Yeah, it's these ones. Yeah, I have a 20 minimum here. I don't know how much I actually have in stock, though. It says on the truck, maybe, is what it says. I'm not certain how to read that. Just gonna add this to cart. I don't know. I want them in stock, but I can't get them on the shelf right now because they're not here. See, yeah, things get weird when the game can't deliver. Maybe it gets delivered later. I don't know. Maybe it's this is what it means. Maybe it's these chips are sitting here. Maybe. But now I don't have enough shelves. What are you doing back here? I tell you what you're not doing. You're not greeting anyone. I don't think you're restocking anything either. Yeah, I need another shelf. Damn. So I have to basically choose. Do I want a shelf or a pallet? At this point, I can't have both. I think my solution to my storage issue is less pallet. Okay, bring back the shelf that I clearly need. And we're going to place it right here. As soon as it lets me. There it goes. So we're going to do that. Then we need to unpack everything that's here. I think my solution to this is having less... obviously having less in storage, right, is the solution to this. So adjusting my min-max values, I need to get closer. Instead of having, let's say there's 12 on the shelf. Instead of having 24 in stock so that we can have 12 on the shelf and 12 in the stock room, maybe I get a little bit closer. I say instead of having 24, I go 18, and I go 16, whatever. And then on a product that takes 36 on the shelf, maybe I get 50 instead of having 80, right? So I just need to do that. And if I do that for every single product that I sell, I think collectively I can shave one shelf worth of stuff off of what we have in stock. I'm going to hope that's the case. Now that the pallets, though, are facing this way, now that you can easily access them without getting trapped, though, that's kind of the main thing. Yeah, we got two on there. We have one restocker. Everything is working fluidly in the store. I just have to worry about inventory now is what I'm worried about. It's $6,200. Let me real quick transfer some money over to the corporate account just so I don't forget to do that. We have 4 employees right now. One is on break. One is moving around, is what they're saying. Moving around. They're supposed to be doing sales stuff, but I don't know what that is. Maybe they're not doing sales stuff. Maybe I just have a greeter. I still think that's the best play. Have somebody else outside greeting and have me take care of, the sales stuff, because I'm consistently upselling in a good way, and these guys don't do that. I don't have any custom assigned tasks for anyone. These are all what they're scheduled to do. Yeah. Yeah. So you have one person on break, and we still have 2 people on the registers. That's the idea. But you are just standing around doing nothing. So I'm going to get you on greeting people instead. Because selling is not a great fit, I think, for employees to do. I think greeting is going to be better suited for it. I mean, because I'll probably miss them. If I'm going around trying to sell people stuff, I'm probably going to miss if anyone's standing out here. And so the greeter just taking care of that is fine, I guess. And then once this break is over with, I don't know. Four employees right now. I should have a really fluid, a very smooth operating store now with 4 employees all being here at the same time. Okay, so these are the new chips, the Buddies. Buddies Bacon, Buddies Sour Cream, and Buddies Crab. And we place this here, here, and here. Or my camera will mess up and I won't place them on it at all. There we go. Involuntary first-person view as this guy is trying to shop here. Things are going very smoothly. I just had a lot of people in line, and it all worked out because the 2 registers and everything. So everything was going pretty good. Darlene's on break, so we're down to 1 register while the other person is on break, right? But now I'll probably take this person and have them remove this task. If I do that, they go onto the register because they were scheduled to be there in place of Darlene's break. So now people, if they don't come in, they don't come in. So there's some shuffling, right? There's some adapting going on. There's some shuffling going on. I like the dynamic of the simulation, if you will. This is a very common occurrence this is a very big thing. Like, people move around and, you have to adjust on the fly to changing conditions in the store. I like it. It also means we have the boxed wine because we got that delivery. So I can come over here, and here's my 6 different boxed wines. So 1, I hope I can fit them in next to 2. Yep. 3. Let's put the green ones next to each other. There we go. So I kind of want to put the white ones next to each other too, but that's not going to happen. So I guess we're just going to make do with what we can do here. There we go. So we'll get these in stock as well. It'd probably help if I had all my products that I wanted to introduce on the shelves already. That would free up some storage space as well. So a whole bunch of boxed wine for them. I'm going to have to go in. I'm going to do this off camera because it's kind of one of those, I don't know if it's really all that riveting. Of content-wise, I have to talk over the storm now because it's really loud out here. You should come inside, sir. Much better. Thank you, Aziz. So I think I'm going to adjust the prices too while I'm adjusting our... I want to get, to get the stock room to be a little bit closer to just in time, if you know what I mean. This place is just bouncing, man. There's just so many people in here right now. It's great. Okay, this person's waving somebody down. Now I have somebody on sales. Says nothing to do. She's kind of glitching out. Okay, they're going to talk to her. Good. Good. So that does work. That's great. We'll go ahead and upsell over here. I guess that's fine. Here we go. Some of these people, the thing moves really slow, and others much faster. We just got a delivery. At least we should have. Did they already get unpacked? Does the restocker unpack things too? There should have been some chips delivered just now. Not these. Which ones are they? Not the safari ones. Farm food. These ones right here. So farm food. I don't have these on the shelf. So yeah, they did. They got delivered and she unstocked it. Wow. I like it. Thank you. So we'll go ahead and pop those on. So now I've got full shelves, I think, except for the home section. The household section, I don't. But everything here is full. Full? Yeah. Everything's got a space. So over here is the only place left I have to fill things. I got a little bit more on the alcohol shelf, but just the stuff in the back now is kind of pending on what I'm going to be selling here. And because I've got these 4 employees doing all sorts of really great things, nobody's selling things anymore, though. I feel like I want to put her back on sales now. I know, I'm a juxtaposition. I'm all over the place, but I feel like I do. I feel like I'm going to put her on sales. Let's get her training to be just really good at sales now. So on the household section, I feel like I'm already selling everything I can sell because I can't do the brushes and everything here. But one of the things I'm not selling, even though I can maybe, I could probably do some of these little powder things, I guess. I don't think I'm doing any of these products. I could put these in here. Let's go ahead and grab that one. Lavender, Ecoline Blue, and I'll go for the white to appease the white crowd there. And I mean the white. You know what I mean, okay? Don't make this a race thing. Okay. Right here, and then here like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark those in, and we can place that order. But another opportunity over here is health and beauty, right? Just in the back area, health and beauty could be a thing. So we have some face creams, lots of different brands of face creams. These are really it's really appealing to some of those people. So I like that one. Maybe we'll come over and get a different brand for some of the other ones. A brand that might work better for these guys. This is kind of going the VIP route, so we'll try that. And then we need to appease our target demographic. I think maybe this one here, Touch of an Angel Cream. So let's go a little bit closer, right? Instead of 18, let's go 25. Normally I would be putting this at 36, so I have like double the shelf. But let's just put it at 25. Bring it back a little bit closer, right? 12? No, we'll put 18 as our target there, okay? So face cream done. What about these little tubes and stuff? Let's see. So, yeah, we can get this one. It's good for blue. In here, this is much better. Yeah, for that. I don't know what they are. Like, I don't interact with these types of products, but we'll go about and do this. And then it's at 15. So We'll just make this one 24. Let's say. So a little bit more in stock there too. We'll place that order, get that in here. I'll pay the delivery fee because I want to see it kind of on the shelf. I want to see it in action. So these are matches and toothpaste and things like that. I think the matches probably don't mesh here. I kind of want to move the matches. It just takes a long time to move the matches. But I'd like to move the matches because I think I'm going to put that beauty products and stuff over here. So I'll move the matches over to this side. I think it's kind of where I'm going to be. It takes a long time to move these matches. Every single individual match. There we go. And then this one here. There we go. I'm real close now. Camera. There we go. Okay. So with that done, I want to take the matches. Slow this up here. Oh, hang on. It's 18. That means we don't have... Yeah. Hang on. I have to manage the... I forgot what time it was. I have to manage the register at 18. People got... and then again, I shouldn't have to, right? I could just close the register is what I should have done. That's what I wanted to do. But they don't close the register when they leave. Okay, so now... It is busier than I expected it to be, though. I might need to leave the register open. There's more people here than I expected at this time of day. Just real quick, let's get this in stock if we can. So I want to see the household items. Yep, and we're going to go with the matches. Where is it? Matchsticks right here. So we're going to put the matches at the top. Or maybe at the bottom. They're easier to see at the bottom, wouldn't they? The tiny things like this. We'll put it at the bottom. Like this. And this will take a long time to stock too because it's the matches. They take a very long time to stock. Individual items. You got to place them one at a time on there. And I guess we're good. I guess we're good. So the household... Did it get on... I probably didn't get unpacked because it's... I need to open up the register. Yeah. Let's open this one up. All right. I'll open up this queue and we'll start catering to anybody who's new here. Yeah. I don't want that queue to get too long. Yep. End of the day, so I need to extend cashier times a little bit here. Need to extend their schedules, pay them a little extra into the evening. This guy likes working the evening and he doesn't charge me extra, so it's kind of why I went with that. This woman's flagging me down. And I didn't get there in time, but it's okay. We got through that big queue. All right, so I need to unpack the household items or the beauty products. I need to unpack these. It's 167 items to unpack here. And probably just shouldn't sell it today. How big is that queue getting? Oh, we're fine. We're fine. Okay. Good. All right. Now we're down to a more reasonable time. And I think he clocks out at 20. It's the end of the day is just me, I think. So I want to get it in stock before it's too late. All right. So we have these. Yes, these health things. So I want to put let's put the face cream stuff up here. I have different brands, right? Different brands catering to different demographics on that. I can go 4 on that? Really? That's good to know. Okay. We have enough room to go 4. They don't take up as much room, I guess. I can do the same thing here, too. Okay, cool. We'll look to do that later. I can add another face cream thing. I can add another tube or whatever the stuff is. And, yeah, we can have... just more diverse product line. There it goes. Okay. I think he's going to clock out pretty soon. See if I can't upsell this guy. There we go. Anybody else over here still pondering their decisions? Other than coming into the store? You shouldn't be pondering that decision. It's always a good decision to come into my store. No matter how busy we are, I'm here to cater to you. I'm down. What is this? I'm down a coffee. Ooh, we did run out. So I'm not totally overdoing it on some of these things because like some of these things are actually out. We only have 2 more left of that. Possibly only 1 more left after I sell it to her. Okay. Apparently this guy is clocking out at end of day here. Ah, yeah. Okay. So Mondays, he stays later. He gets out on Saturdays and Sundays a little. Ooh, my gosh. This queue, really? Okay. We're closed. The chaos has ended. The registers are closed. How do we do today? Well, I transferred a bunch of money to the corporate account. We're up to $7,000 in that account. I probably could do this a bit more. I want to make sure I keep enough for the orders that I need to do too. So let's see how we can do this. Like, I'm going to have to go into HQ probably to do this effectively, but we have plenty of storage space left for a small... we could probably fit like 1,000 items or 1,000 delivery. Like 1 pallet's worth of stuff can go in there for sure. But if I was to order everything on the min-max, that's 1,100 articles. I need 3 pallets worth for that, right? So I still need that 3rd pallet. And I can't quite fit that in here, you know? It's kind of brutal. So I need to get my min-maxes lower on this stuff. And I think the fastest way to do that is just to take a look at this. And so I need 31 more items here for 20. Maybe I make that the minimum here. Maybe we don't need to get to 20. Maybe we're good with just getting 10 more. You know? I don't know. Bring down all these minimums until my delivery capacity is able to at least be delivered completely. I don't know. I have some off video work to do on this, crunching little numbers here, just tweaking these things to make it to where we can have everything in here. So I'm going to do that. That's like an hour probably of my time, maybe a half hour of my time, but we're going to skip through that on the video. You guys don't need to see it, but just know that I'll do it to the point where hopefully everything we sell in the store is completely replaced and we can deliver on 2 pallets. I'm going to need a 3rd pallet. There's no way around it. So the idea is I need to take the shelf away and make it to where we just simply store less in the room. So that's the goal. Okay.